So if you are just feeling like, man, I don't have no joy, I'm sad, or I'm overwhelmed, I'm just feeling dejected, and you just feel like you're just steadily going in this dark pit, what can you do in order to pull yourself out of that dark place? Why is it important not to stay in that dark place? Being dejected, overwhelmed, sad, it's draining. It sucks the life out of you. And trust and believe, I get it. I know firsthand how it feels to be dejected and to be in a state of dejection and having to just not have the capacity to do much of anything, even to the point of, if you're creative, your creativity is stifled. You can't even think to put some thoughts together. I remember one day going to work, and when I went to work and I got to work, I just felt such a heaviness, and an overwhelming amount of heaviness and just sadness. And I just could not even bring myself to pray. And as a result of knowing where I was and in what state I was, and that I didn't want to stay there, despite not having the energy, not even having the words to say, I was able to pretty much text a friend and say, listen, I'm feeling really heavy this morning. I can't even pray for myself. If you have the capacity, can you please just send up a prayer for me? Because I'm just like in such a dark place right now. And I'm so grateful for that friend who was able to intercede on my behalf, and she sent the words that she prayed for me, and I then in turn was even able to say those words out loud. And I just cried and got myself together, and God gave me the strength to get through my workday. And you know, it was just a season of just heaviness and just one thing building off the next thing, where it was just like, dang, life is really lifing to the utmost, that I am completely fed up. I'm up to here. And so much so that when I would come home, sometimes I would eat, sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I would go to sleep at 6 o'clock in the evening until the next morning, or if I didn't go at 6, I was in the bed at 7 or 8, 8:30 at the latest, because sleep was an escape. And I'm glad that I did talk to some people to say like, hey, this is where I am. I'm really trying to work hard to get myself together, but I'm struggling right now. And so even my family would say, like, at least just get out and try to go for a walk, because you know that walking helps you, and that it, helps to release some endorphins, or to even just allow you to reset in some capacity. And so I would walk some days, but some days, hey, I'm gonna be real, I just didn't have it in me to walk, to do nothing. And sometimes, some days you have stronger days than other days. And so some days I had the capacity to walk, go to the beach, to talk to myself, to have more of a positive mindset than a negative mindset, because you definitely have to work on your mindset when you are really struggling to find your joy, and you're having to even figure out what is good, to have a spirit of gratitude rather than focusing on everything that I didn't have that I wanted to have. I had to focus on what did I have in order to be in a better place. And so Even sometimes just listening to whether it's gospel music or music that is inspiring, uplifting, that's going to pour into my spirit. That was a necessity. And also just, sometimes if you can't pray, you might can just moan, or you might just say, Jesus, 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 help me, Jesus, help me, Lord, where are you? Lord, I need you right now. That might be all you have, or you might be able to only pat your feet to a song and you can't even sing the song, but the song is getting in your spirit. And so I always tell people, CC Winans, baby, is anointed in the truth, okay? And so listening to her, I'm talking about the current CC and when she first started, recording on her own, and whether that's Alabaster Box, When You Pray, whatever it is. And so I put together a playlist called Weathering the Storm, so that way I could put that on if I'm in a season where I need to hear those, or I'm having a moment, a day, a time, then I know that I can play those songs and it can resonate with my spirit until I can fully get together with mind, body, and soul, okay? And even, with being an educator, it was a stressful school year, and I'm so thankful to be on summer vacation. And so while being on summer vacation, the Lord afforded me the opportunity to be able to travel, to stay with family down south. And for me, down south, it just does something. You probably can hear it's little insects making noises. That's peace for me. Just being out on a trail is peace for me. It helps me to calm down, to let go, and to not even have a busy mind. And I'm so, so grateful that, I needed to go to the gym today, but I said I really just didn't feel like going to the gym. So I'm just gonna get outside. I'm gonna let some sunlight hit me. I'm gonna connect with nature as I walk on this path, and I'm getting some steps in, so it's still physical activity of some sort. So I'm not gonna have this all or nothing attitude, like, well, if I don't go to the gym, I just ain't gonna worry about it. Nope, the alternative is to get outside and walk. Let the sun hit me. Sun is good for us. And so not sure what it is that you do to pull yourself out of a rut, or how to find your happy, find your joy. But again, I don't recommend giving something more than 1 or 2 days, because I have found when I give things more than 2 days to bubble and pull me in about why I should have been able to get something, why certain things should have turned out a certain way, even though they didn't turn out that way. It just puts me more in a negative space. And being in that negative space is not changing anything. It's not for my good. So ultimately, we don't necessarily know why things turn out the way they do in certain circumstances or situations, but we have to trust and believe that they work out according to God's plan, and that He knows best. He knows better than we know, and that He saved us from something, or it just may not be time. Maybe, there needs to be more growth on my behalf or your behalf before you go to that next level or the next stage, or before He opens the next door. But we do have to know that what's for us is for us, and nothing can be withheld from us if it's for us. Even though I must say, when you're in the circumstance or you're going through the situation, that's not what you always want to hear, but it is definitely true. And we know that God will never leave us nor forsake us, and that He's all knowing, He's all seeing. We are not all knowing and all seeing. And so, whether you could have ended up going out for something and then getting laid off, or if you could have ended up going for something and then you just hate it, and it's even more stressful. So, you have to just continue to trust. And for me, that's hard sometimes, and just trust in the Lord. And I know He says, lean not to your own understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge Him. But it's not always easy, but it is a must. It's a thing that we must do. And so, if you're struggling with finding joy, if you're stressed out, if you just don't have the capacity for anything, to do anything, and you're just trying to find your way, I'm just going to leave you with these things of possibilities, things that help me. You can color, because when you coloring, I know for me, I just try to focus in on the coloring itself. I'm trying to stay in the lines and, make it look pretty. So that's my focus. So I'm not thinking about anything else. So anything that was burdening me, I was able to let that go through coloring. So you can color, you can take a walk in nature, just like I have on this path, okay? And find your peace to quiet your spirit and just get quiet. You can talk to the Lord, you can pray, you can listen to a podcast, or you can just not listen to nothing and just walk and be one with nature and listen to the insects. Okay, because it does, and with the sun hitting down on you, I just happen to be in a nice shaded area, praise the Lord. But you need that sun against your skin, against your body, and that does things for you and help, produce endorphins as you walk. And so coloring, walking, or becoming one with nature, journaling is also something that you could do to just get all your thoughts out. Outside of journaling, you can also just go to the gym and exercise. You can watch something funny just to help you laugh, whether that's a movie, a comedy, short videos on YouTube, whatever the case may be, whatever floats your boat. You can listen to gospel music, and something that is going to fill your spirit and cause you to shift your focus on the person that you serve, the person who has your back when nobody else will have your back. And by just focusing in on how good He is, will allow you to focus in on how He brought you out of so many different things and protected you despite you not getting whatever this one thing is. And as you wait on certain prayers to be answered, you can, listen to gospel music to encourage yourself, uplift your spirit, and to bring you out of that place of darkness. You can have a dance party to some of your favorite songs in the comforts of your own home. Or you can take a nice long bath with candles and different aromatherapy things running. So that way, that kind of help to calm you and things like that as well. So let me know in the comments if you have struggled, if you are struggling, if you are finding your way with finding a place back to gratitude and finding your way back to a place of peace and joy. What are you doing? Leave me a comment. Have a good day, and may the Lord continually bless you and keep you.